Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Round 9 in the bag. Thank God for that. Hopefully we'll never see that much rain ever again. What a mess. Wow. Thought I'd go against the pack and thought I'd go and put the C on Cleary. Terrible idea. Hindsight wins again. But I managed to scrape out of the round with green arrows. What a miracle. The SuperCoach gods rained on me, which I needed. So, 1,051, maintained some rank, top 14%. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at this time of year. Especially when I know a couple of people in the top 3 to 5% and they're only 200 points ahead of me. So very early days. One good round, one bad round. That's all it takes at the moment. So pretty happy with how my round panned out. Still got 29 trades, 2 boosts remaining. So I'm going to start to prepare properly for these buy rounds coming up now. As it stands, I'm pretty sure I've got about 10 players already playing in round 13. So I want to try and improve on that. I know that I'm pretty sure it's the best 12 or 13, but I want to make sure that I've got as many as possible. I definitely don't want to be one of those people it comes to round 13 and they're stuck with 5, 6 or 7. Because that is when it hurts. That's when you drop a lot of positions. So, let's go over my side. What happened? Obviously, Sonny Luke was playing. Grant was on the pine. I don't know. Essentially, I don't know what I really want to do with Sonny just yet. I do feel like it's getting to that point now where he really needs a very big score to start to tick over with his price. I don't know when that's coming. For some reason, it's hard to say. Like, let's just say, for example, the Panthers played the Tigers on a sunny Saturday afternoon. I'm more than confident he would have scored more than 22 points. Don't know what to do with him right now, but I think that eventually something will happen and eventually he'll start to tick over in price. But for now, he's not a major problem for me as I can cover him with Grant until Origin. But he's definitely going to be someone that needs to be sorted out sooner rather than later. My front rowers absolutely killed it this week. Now, I bought in Horsburgh last week. I had the option of either spending 160k to upgrade to Tarpany, or look at someone who is scoring similar, playing better minutes, and the red nut came through at the goods. Ricky seems to prefer Horsburgh playing better minutes right now than Tarpany. Don't know why. I think Tarpany is a better footballer. Horsburgh is a little bit more entertaining to watch. But I'm lucky at the moment that Ricky is preferring Horsburgh over Tarpany. AFB done a massive job again, 85. So 85 and 98 for your front row. That's, geez, you can't ask for much more than that. They've both made very good cash and they're both now on very low BEs. So Fanua Blake is probably going over 700k next week. So I think if you haven't got him now, you might have missed the boat a little bit, but for the people that jumped on him a couple of weeks ago when he was like 560k, well done. Let's ride it together. My plan is to go Fanua Blake up to Payne Haas after Origin. It's going along well. My plan is to go Horsburgh up to Tarpany. That's going along well as well. So things are going along okay. Kepi finally scored a try, which means that he might start to generate a little bit of cash. Didn't play him, but yeah, 47, Matto got pulled last minute, which was pretty upsetting. Which forced me to play the Hosking Preston Ford combination. It did a job. 55 in the pouring rain. Bulldogs are in the trenches getting it done at Wynn Stadium. 46 with a HIA. He was off the field for 20 minutes. So Preston probably would have scored 60 again. Let's be real. Ford in the pouring rain for a 56. I don't have much to complain about, really. Like, Matto comes back into the side this week. Obviously, he slots in there. I have made a trade there. I'll go over my trades at the end, and I'll explain why. Now, Hines obviously is my captain this week. That's why it's gold now. Cleary 44, Hines 126. I mean, Hines, oh man, look, for as many years that I've been playing SuperCoach, the one rule is to never put the straight captain on a Thursday night player. Now, I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. What's my other option? Cleary against the Tigers. I'm going to go against the pack. Hindsight wins again, doesn't it? I mean, yes, there was a factor there with his injury, with his little niggle, with the rain coming, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it was the Penrith Panthers up against the West Tigers. Doesn't matter. Like, even if Cleary was 90%, he still should have scored very well. He scored a 44 because it was torrential rain. Blah, whatever. I should have, at the end of the day, I should have just went with the pack, put the C on Hines. My score would have looked a little bit better. It is what it is. I survived the round. Dealbags finally hit 109. He had his breakout week that we've all been hoping for. Hopefully that continues on. Val Holmes with his 26. Abysmal again. Even though he did well last week, it just seems like the Cowboys are just so poor. And because the Cowboys are so poor, Val Holmes is poor. So, what do you do? It's a tough player to trade out because the moment that you trade him out, he will score 100. It's just one of those players. Lemuelu, 122 tries, unbelievable. Obviously, I didn't have him in my centre wings during the week. I had him as a reserve up in my 2RF. Unbelievable! What a job. He was projected for 40, and he tripled his projection. So huge. Sloan, I bought him in this week because I thought that the Dragons would have a crack at home. 18. The only reason why I bought Sloan in is round 13 coverage, and he's going to make some cash. At this point, I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't. Like, he's got a BE of 40 this week. I don't even think he reaches his BE this week. I knew what I was getting myself into with Sloan. It's either going to be a 70 to 90 or it's either going to be a 20. And I got the 18. So, Katoa, 53, banged out a try, which helped him get up to 53. Katoa is one of those players where if he doesn't score, he will score very poorly. I'm hoping that he continues to score. Fingers crossed. So, done a job there. Manu, 63. Now, let's go over my trades. Because obviously you can see that Gutho is in there, and so is AJ. Now, Walsh has a BE of 150 this week. He's up against Manly, who aren't terrible. They are actually a decent side. I would rather trade Walsh out now while he's at that current price than have to stuff around next week when he's about 100k cheaper. Gutho, perfect. He's got a 20 BE. He's got a great matchup this week against the Titans. Scored a hat-trick last week. Gutho was in my side last week. He was in my side up until Maddo got pulled, and then it changed everything for me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to Walsh. I'm going to save the boost because I was going to boost last week. I'll save the boost, and I'll leave Walsh in there. Look what happened. So I'm not missing out again. So Gutho, he's going into my side. He's going to cover me up until over Origin. He'll do a job. He's averaging 70 to 100. Like, all he's been doing this year is 60, 70, 70, 70, 70. Finally gets his 2 or 3 tries, 113. What more can you ask for? The fullback position right now is rocks and diamonds. There's really no standout fullback besides Latrell, and Latrell is almost $1 million. So fair play to everyone who got Latrell, but not everyone did. Garrick, 35. He slots into that fullback role. Now, surely Seabold can see that Garrick is better at fullback and he is not a centre. Surely. Like, if everybody else around us can see that Garrick is a better player at fullback and not a player at centre, surely the coaching staff at Manly can see that as well. Oh, how frustrating. Anyway. So, my other trades. Now, I have managed to get the cash to go Warbrick up to AJ. Now, I believe that AJ is going to be at the cheapest he is right now for quite some time. Yes, he's got a poor matchup this week against the Storm, but if you look over the Origin period, you look at his matchups, I think AJ is a set. And if you don't want AJ, I think the next player to consider would be someone like a Sivo. So it's either AJ or Sivo for me, and I'm going AJ simply because the Bunnies look better than the Eels. Hopefully it pays off. He's a pot at the moment. I think he's only like 5% ownership. I'll be able to slot him straight in there instead of Sloan. We'll not be playing Sloan this week at all. I'll be fixing that up right now. Ooh, what's it doing? Get rid of that. So I managed to downgrade Jack Johns, who did a job for me for the Knights. He made his cash. Now what I'm going to do is I'm obviously going to bring in Peachy. He will cover Tago for at least the next 6 to 7 weeks. He will make enough money. He'll probably get up to that 400k mark, and I'll be able to move him on once he's done. So if people are considering moving on someone who they don't want on their side anymore at a lower price, I think Peachy is the guy to go to right now. He's got one more game until his price rise. So get on him at 289k because next week he will be close to 350. So jump on him now. Don't think twice about it. That is about it. So my trades as it stands, pending teams list, there's nothing else that I really want in my side. Gutho's in, AJ's in, and Peachy's in. That's about it. My side's looking alright. 26 trades left. 1 boost remaining. I'll be saving that boost for round 13. I don't need to boost to get anybody else in at the moment. unless some injuries happen. But other than that, I'm pretty alright with my side. I wish I still had Fafita in my side. I traded Fafita back in round 3 or 4. Don't know why I did that. Pretty dumb. But at the time, it made sense. But hindsight wins again. So, wish I still had Fafita in my side. He would look very nice next to Matto, but I'll eventually get him in after Origin when he drops. And yeah, other than that, pretty happy with how everything's going. Lemelu won't be playing this week, even though he did score 120. He's not going to do that every week, let's be honest. So, Holmes, Manu, AJ and Katoa. Garrick on the bench. Cleary on the bench. Jackson Ford on the bench. My last reserve will be either Taruva or maybe maybe I might use Lemuelu as a last reserve. We'll see. It's either going to be Lemuelu, Sloan or Taruva as my last reserve. So we'll put it on Lemuelu for the time being. And we'll see how things pan out. Make sure everything's sweet. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, guys. And I will update if anything changes throughout the week. Looking forward for teams this Tuesday tomorrow. And that'll do it. Thanks for listening. Put in the comments how you all went this week. Put in the comments what your trades are. Let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, have a good week. Talk to you all later.